How's it going, guys? Rybread here today, and we're going to continue our season simulation with the Buffalo Sabres. If you remember in last video, we went ahead and beat the Pittsburgh Penguins, which I didn't expect us to do. We went ahead and beat them in 5 games, so that's pretty impressive. And now we're going up against the New York Islanders. I believe this is the team we traded Evander Kane to, so that could come back to bite me in the ass. So he's probably going to come looking for revenge. You never know how the series is going to go, though, because this team is now all of a sudden clicking on all cylinders. So we'll see how that goes. Jack Eichel there, and then there's John Tavares, another great player. Goodness gracious, this is going to... They might have some star power on this team. I'm not too sure how they're going to look. I think we might be able to do it, though, with how we beat the Penguins. Yeah, looking like a pretty solid first-line sniper power forward, so they don't really have a playmaker. Do they really have a passer? Looks like John Tavares is going to be the passer. How does he simulate, though? All right, yeah, this is his best season so far, yeah. So, of course, we're going to go up against him. And then I think Kane still had a good season. He's got 1 goal and 2 assists so far in the playoffs, so it's not too great, but he had 53 points during the regular season, which is about what he's used to. And then Brock Nelson, the power forward. How is he doing? He put up 80 points, so yeah, he played the entire season with John Tavares. So, yeah, that definitely helps them. Andrew Ladd, I think, is on the decline. He's 34. Bottom 6 forward potential. He's 83. Ryan Strome, okay, young. Yeah, he's about middle. He's going to stop growing, so he's an 86. And then Zach Cassian. So lots of checking here up on the top 6. They got two snipers, a playmaker, and 3 power forward players. So... Down here, they have a grinder, a two-way forward, and a two-way forward, and then a playmaker, a two-way forward, and a playmaker, Matthew Barzal. Yeah, he's supposed to be pretty good, although we did take Del Calle from them, so hopefully that limits their scoring quite a bit because they have a lot of two-way forwards and grinders. I think they have 3 playmakers and 2 snipers, and the rest are either a power forward or a grinder, or a two-way forward. So it doesn't seem like they got a lot of offensive attacking options, but how are they looking defensively? Okay, not too bad, but still could be better. Leddy's an offensive defenseman. How many points did he get? He's got 3 assists, but he had 60 points, so he's got a lot of assists, so he might be the assist guy for that top line. Travis Hamonic, another defensive player. Ryan Pulock. Good defensive player. Not as great offensively, so another good defensive player. Calvin DeHaan. Offensive player, but he's an 83. Thomas Hickey, 83. Justin Schultz, 83. Offensive defenseman. So they've got some offensive defensemen, but you know it doesn't seem like a lot to be worried about. And how are they looking in goal? And they've got Linus Soderstrom and Anders Nielsen. All right, and that's where Anders Nielsen went. So cool. So Soderstrom there, he's 23, medium starter. He's an 84. So. I don't know. It looks like John Tavares in this first line might have to carry them, but boys, I would definitely say that this team is better. I mean, maybe down here, we don't quite have the we don't really have a ton of players that are great. But Nylander simulates really well because his passing's up there at 94. Del Calle and Gergensen's down here are also pretty good. Del Calle hopefully has a better simulation now. He only had 1 goal in that series against Pittsburgh, but it wasn't too. I think it was an important goal, or maybe I don't remember. It's been a while. I apologize for it being a while too, guys. If you watch my Be a Pro, I apologize for that too. I'm gonna try and get more consistent with these, getting these up more often for you guys. It's just been really hectic. So I'll try and pump a few out this week. Hopefully you guys will be able to keep up, and if you want to be updated every time I go ahead and post a new video, hit the subscribe button right now. But I'm not worried about subscribers right now. We're worried about the playoffs. So Jack Eichel, Reinhart, Poso up on that first line. I think that's a better first line than what they have on first line. I mean, our wingers are better than their wingers, and they're slightly better at center, but I mean, Jack Eichel's fantastic. Second line, I would definitely give us the edge. Third line, yeah, I mean, it's going to be either way. I think we have more of a scoring third line, and they have more of a defensive third line. And then fourth line, it could go either way. We got a physical Carrier, and then 2 power forwards down here. So we'll see how it goes defensively. Ristolainen and Fowler, again, a good top pairing. Kulikov and Bean, and then Foote and McCabe. Let's look at theirs again. Yeah, so he's an 86 and an 83 and an 83 and 83. We have an 85, 84, 83, 82. So it's pretty even here. We've definitely got the better offense in my opinion. And then as far as goaltending is concerned, we have Matt Murray and our backup Chad Johnson is just as good as their starter, Linus Soderstrom. So hopefully our offense will be able to pepper Soderstrom and get a whole bunch of pucks by him. Let's go ahead and see what the game rates us as far as offense versus their offense here. Yeah, 93 offense. Okay, 92 offense, and they actually have the better rated defense, which is fair because we don't have an 86 there on that second line. Hopefully somebody can grow to that. And they have actually have the better rated goalie, so I don't know how EA Sports does their ratings, but I would definitely think that we'd have the better goalie. I mean, they don't have anybody over an 84. I don't know how they're rated 87. All right, hold a team meeting. Let's go ahead here and see what happens. I think last time we were going to check, is Jack Eichel a demanding player now? No, it doesn't appear like he's responding too much. So actually, demanding only demoralized our backup goalie and Mitch Marner, who's currently injured. If you guys don't remember, that was in the end of the season. He got hurt right near the end while we were making our playoff push. And right as we squeaked in, he got hurt. So for a couple months now. So I don't think he'll be available. I don't know why I went to calendar. I apologize. All right, let's go ahead and get this simulation underway with. I'm too anxious to get this done with. Let's go ahead and go to New York. I think it's the Barclays Center against the New York Islanders. Come on, let's have a strong first period. Show Soderstrom that he can't hold up to our offense. Okay, 15 shots to 6, so it's looking like he's got some confidence, like he can hold up to our offense. All right, let's go with the second period. All right, 1-1. Evander Kane scores on Matt Murray early in the period, but William Carrier on that fourth line, that depth scoring, goes ahead and gets us a goal later on in the period. Let's go ahead and 8 times and go real time here. Oh, we're on the power play. Come on, power play. There we go. Dalcale as both guys. And there's Fowler on the power play. It was a 5-on-3, and we got a long power play. There's 2 power play goals, boys. Dalcale scored on his former team. Fowler scored for us, and Kane scored on us. So maybe Dalcale. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Oh, power play late, and we're gonna go ahead and take a 3-1 win. So this team is really simulating well. I'm really, really happy with how they're doing. Let's go ahead and check out the stats here. Was it on the power play? Dalcale and Fowler both had power play points. As far as regular points go, Dalcale and Nylander, look, he had 2 assists. He must have assisted on Carrier's goal, and I think he's on the power play as well. So, yeah, and Jack Eichel had an assist. Foligno, Foot, so yeah. A very, very well-rounded game. As far as shots are concerned, we took 41 and only scored 3 times, but they took 28 and only scored once. So it looks like just after the first game, it looks like how I would expect it to look. You know, we got lots of good offense. Oh, look, we're still scouting. Wait, timeout. We're still scouting? How the hell are we still scouting? I thought scouting stopped once you got to the playoffs. What is going on? All right, we'll go ahead and scout forwards for 1 week. All right, maybe we get longer scouting sessions here in the later seasons. I've never seen that before. That's actually really interesting. All right, so my mind is all over the place right now, but let's focus on game number 2. Come on, here we go. Let's have a good first period and take both games on the road. Ooh, actually, we had a really, really bad first period, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut after that one. Evander Kane scores in another game. Wow, what an angle. And then Clutterbuck goes ahead and scores later in the period, but Kane is lighting it up for us. Probably Tavares is feeding them the puck, and now they have a winger sniper, so they don't have to rely on the sniper in the center. Let's go, guys. Come on, I'm calling on you, second line. Step up in the second period. Okay, O'Reilly scored, but John Tavares goes ahead and scores. So it's 3-1 Islanders. It might be this kind of back-and-forth game, but come on. We need to have a good third period here. Bring it at least to overtime, because I have faith in us in overtime. We've already stolen back home ice advantage, but come on. We're in a great opportunity. Sam Reinhart cuts the lead to 1. As I was saying, we're in a great opportunity to cut the lead, or take both games on the road. Okay, power play goes away, but come on. 3 minutes. 1.5. Oh, DeHaan scores on an empty net. And there it is. 4-2 Islanders defend their home ice. All right. Shots were 30-29 for them, so we didn't quite dominate, but they didn't take as many penalties. With grinders and stuff like that, and power forwards are probably going to take a few more penalties, I would assume. Hey, Dalcale is happy because of his ice time, and Baptiste is not happy because he hasn't scored, or hasn't at least done well. So go ahead, Baptiste, and put in a hat trick for us this game. Okay, maybe that's a little bit too much to ask, but at least do something for us. We're back home. Crowd is raucous. Let's go. First period. Look at Nicholas Baptiste. You call him out, and what does he do? He goes ahead and scores the first goal of the game halfway through the first period. There we go. Let's go with the second period. Oh my God. Talk about an offensive explosion. Holy shit. Soderstrom could not hold up to our offense that long. So Nylander scored, Carrier scored, Dalcal scored. So that's our bottom six right there. We had Baptiste scored in the first period. Yeah, that's on the fourth line. Nylander on the third line, and Carrier on the fourth line. Dalcal on the third line, and then Backes goes ahead and scores on the second line. And Justin Bailey, is that Justin Bailey, or I don't know who that is? Jay Bailey. We'll just go with Bailey. Scores on Matt Murray later in the second period, but it's their first goal, cuts the lead to 4. Sam Reinhart goes ahead and scores our 6th goal, but Bailey is determined. Ryan O'Reilly answers right back. Oh my God, what a game. Goals going in on both ends. Jesus. But we've only allowed 2, which is huge. Both to Bailey, but God, has our offense exploded this game. This is the kind of game I expected because I didn't really trust that they were good defensively, and I didn't trust their ratings goaltending-wise, and there we go. We lit it up for the fans. They're rocking in the KeyBank Center. The 716 bar is just going nuts on that 40-foot TV. I'm pretty sure it's 40 feet, or maybe it's 60-some foot. Jeez. It's raucous right now in Buffalo, and let's see who got points. Wow, Dalcal is lighting it up against his former team. Same thing with Nylander. Him and Nylander have really found good chemistry together. And then Baptiste on that fourth line wasn't happy with how he's performed. Went and got a goal and an assist. Jack Eichel is performing now. David Backes, Carrier. Okay, wow, lots of distribution. Gergensons, Fowler, oh my God. All the way down here, Jack Roslovic. And then goaltending-wise, yeah, Murray made 35 saves on 37 shots. So a good performance for him. Although he could have had a relatively weaker performance, but I like to see him... What? Okay, that just makes no sense to me. Recent performance, we just put in 7 goals. Everyone should be loving life right now. I don't know why we would go down because of a recent performance, but that's all right. We take a 2-1 series lead with a second home game coming up. Come on, Buffalo. Can we keep the offense going? What a great game that was. Can we keep it going into this period? And we do. Foligno and Carrier on that fourth line. And then Ristolainen, our defenseman, stepping in too. I've seen defensemen getting a whole bunch of points. What a offensive explosion. What is that, 10 goals in the last 4 periods? It's 10 goals in the last 4 periods. Jeez. Let's go with the second period. All right. We had to, stop scoring goals per period at some point. But hell, look at this. Our offense is finally clicking, and there's no better time to have a team clicking than now. 3-0 over the Islanders, and Foligno scores his, I think that's his second of the game. Oh my God. That's fourth, and our depth is going nuts. Our third and fourth line are just loving it. All right. Pulock scores on Murray to make it a 4-1 game. He breaks the shutout effort. But we go ahead and take a 3-1 series lead. Wow, guys. This is pretty exciting stuff. To see this team finally perform the way it was after the season we had, up and down, barely squeaking in. And look at Baptiste. I called him out, and all of a sudden, last game, he puts in a goal and I think 2 assists, or just an assist. And this game, he puts in 3 assists. Carrier had a goal and 2 assists. Foligno, wow, look at our fourth line, guys, having 3 points that game. Our fourth line is dominating their fourth line. Eichel and Reinhart both got assists, probably on Ristolainen's goal. But, oh my God, all the points came from that fourth line. Wow, what a game for our fourth line. And then goaltending, yeah, Matt Murray's really stepping up and proving to me that he's going to be our franchise goaltender. He may be an 86, but I've seen 86s play pretty damn well in this game. But yeah, Dalcal, you should be really happy of how you're playing against your former team here. They were stupid to give you up for Kane, and yeah, I know. Oh, hold the team meeting. Let's go. Let's see what we can say here. Who's gonna be happy from what? We'll just go demanding again. Jack Eichel didn't like that response, but the rest of the team did. I don't think Jack Eichel's gonna be upset whatsoever, though. Yeah, look he's still pretty happy. I love to see it. You want him to keep growing. He's 23, so he's getting up there in age. He's only got two more seasons, 3 more seasons of growth. So I'd like to see him get up into the 94, 95 range before, he goes ahead and tops off. But look at that. The Lightning have tied the Toronto Maple Leafs in the other side of the bracket here in the East, and it's a 3-1 lead elsewhere. Ducks over the Oilers and Connor McDavid. St. Louis has got a 3-1 lead over Minnesota, and we have a 3-1 lead over the Islanders. Can't get looking ahead, though. You know, there's still this game in New York. Big game. Let's go ahead and see if our offense can keep just exploding. First period. All right, there it goes. Del Cal gets another goal. He is on fire. This is what I expected out of him. I remember he only got like 4 points after the trade deadline, but he was a really, really good point producer, probably because he was playing with Tavares. But he seems to have really good chemistry with Girgensons and Nylander. And then Jack Eichel goes ahead and scores with 1 minute remaining in the period. And boys, it's looking like a good game for us here in New York. But hold on, can't talk too soon. Second period, Jack Roslovic goes ahead and scores, makes it a 3-0 lead. Come on, Matt Murray. You can shut the door. I know you can. David Backes gives us a 4-goal lead, but Kane, determined not to lose, but Girgensons fires right back at Kane, pissed off about all the drama he caused during the regular season, all the turmoil we went through, all the fighting we had to do just to get into the playoffs. Ooh, Ryan Strome not going to let them go quietly, though. There's still 8 minutes. They've on the power play. They're down by 3, though. 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Here we go. 2 minutes, 1 minute. And that is it. We are on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Whoa. After like halfway, I stopped the season simulation halfway through earlier this season because I didn't know what to do because this team was imploding on itself. Kane, I'll give him credit. He came out and performed against us, you know, here in this series, but it just wasn't enough. Our offense just destroyed their defense, and our goaltending was fantastic. I mean, Matt Murray had a great series. And we go ahead and take this one in 5, just like the last one, 4-1. And Del Cal, I'm glad he's found his stride. Jack Eichel's putting in points. Nylander's putting in points. So this Nylander-Del Cal combination is something that I might look to keep together for the rest of their time here in Buffalo. Ryan O'Reilly, David Backes, our rental players, putting a goal in. Gergie putting a goal. Okposo and Reinhart probably assisted on Eichel's goal. Ristolainen got a point, and Roslovic got a point. Lots of pluses. That's what I like to see. And Matt Murray went ahead and made another 30-plus save performance for us, only letting in 2 goals. If he's letting in 2 goals or less per game, we're going to win almost every game. All right, guys. So now we can go ahead and look at who we might be facing. Ooh, hold a team meeting. Let's see here. What should we do? Should we do calming? That might work. That might make Eichel happy. Yeah, that made Eichel happy. Nice to see. And it only upset Foligno, Baptiste, Girgensons, and Roslovic. You know, those guys were pretty happy because of their performance anyway, so, you know, hopefully I didn't drop off their performance, but I'd like to see a star like Jack Eichel keep performing and growing. Okay, we're still scouting in the playoffs. This is new to me. Yeah. We'll go ahead and scout forwards in Russia for a week. Or 2 weeks, why not? We won't worry about it too much. This is interesting. I've never seen simulating. Ooh. Tampa's up 3-2 on Toronto. I think Toronto was the best team in the NHL, weren't they? Were they not the President's Trophy winning team? Now Tampa Bay's up 3-2 on them. St. Louis advances to the second round on a 4-1 win, but the Oilers strike back in game number 5 and will not go quietly, winning it. All right, let's go ahead and advance another day. Okay, a Rochester player was hurt, so we'll just go best lines down there. And we'll see who is... Ooh, Toronto wins and forces Game 7, and so do the Oilers. The Ducks were up 3-1, and now it's 3-3 in both series. Huge games coming up. We're getting lots of rest, though. I like to see it. Oh, and there's a player meeting. I'll go ahead and meet with him on an off day. Why not? We'll see who's happy. Baptiste, I have to admit I've been underperforming lately. The numbers are black and white, but he responds well to a firm approach, and look at that. I'm being able to manage the locker room a lot better than I have been, and he's back up to a green face. So, yeah, not too bad. He doesn't like David Backes at all. All right, who does David Backes like? I just find this interesting. Patrice Bergeron, he doesn't really have any enemies, but he's really good friends with Okposo, O'Reilly, and Del Cal. So interesting. Maybe he'd play well with those guys, but he's playing with Ryan O'Reilly right now and Jack Roslovic. All right, let's go ahead and simulate up a day and see who wins these Game 7s. Current round of the playoffs is over, and it's us versus the Toronto Maple Leafs, the team that knocked us out last year in 7 games barely, and I freaked out, and now we have to play them, and if we can beat them, we're on our way to the Stanley Cup Finals to play either the St. Louis Blues or the Anaheim Ducks. Oh, this would be so sweet if we could go ahead and beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, go ahead and let me know any of your thoughts, guys. Oh, this is an exciting matchup. I might just give you this one tomorrow. There's not much I need to talk about. Lines are performing pretty well. If you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and let me know. But I mean, hell, these Lines put in tons of goals. How many goals did we put in last series? I'm going to go ahead and count. How did we do last series? Ooh, these Lines, everything is clicking. I'm managing the locker room better. Let's see. We went ahead, put in 3 there, only put in 2 here, but put in 7, 4, and 5 to close out the series. So once we figured them out, you know, I mean, we won 3-1. 4-2 loss isn't too bad, but, you know, that was just a poor defensive game. But 7-2, 4-1, 5-2. I mean, our defense really stepped up, and that leads to great offense. But there it is, boys. Our 7-game series against the Toronto Maple Leafs coming up. The best team, I want to say, in the East versus us, the team that squeaked in, but we're rivals, both rebuilding. One of us made the playoffs this year, the other one didn't. I'm going to let you guys figure that one out because it doesn't make me too happy, but good luck, Leaf fans. I hope you guys do well. You guys play the Capitals, so that should be an exciting series in real life. But look at that. They're the #1 team in the NHL, going up against us, who was the 13th best team in the NHL and barely squeaked into the playoffs. Because I believe we got Lightning, Canadiens, and then, Toronto all got the divisional spot. Yeah, we were better than Washington, but I think Washington got the divisional spot, actually. So, interesting. Well, there it is. Great series for us. Actually, you know what? Before I wrap up the video, I'm going to check out the player stats just because. Jack Eichel, 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points in 10 games. Reinhart, 9 points in 10 games. Dalcal stepped the crap up out of his game. 8 points in 10 games. Same thing with Nylander, but as Dalcal goes, I think Nylander goes 8 and 8. O'Reilly's got 7. Carrier's now got 7. 4 goals he's got. Okposo's got 6. Roslovic's got 6. Rusto's got 6. Baptiste has 6. You get a point. You get a point. You get a point. You all get a point. Everyone's got a point. Hell yeah. And now we get to go look at the goalies. I know Jed Johnson played a little bit last series, but Matt Murray's now got his save percentage up to .943 and a 1.17 goal against average. He is 7-2. So yeah, performing really well. This team is clicking on all cylinders. There we go. Everything is going great. Our locker room chemistry is down, but I'm going to ignore that because I think I'm doing a good job managing the locker room and all the egos. But that is where I'm going to end this video for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button if you want us to beat Toronto, and go ahead and subscribe so you know when I put up this video against Toronto, because I'm guaranteeing it right now. It's going to be a real good one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you when we take on the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Eastern Conference Finals.